So let's create a new class. Okay, let's create a new class. So student. So student is going to have properties like student ID, right? So int ID and string name, string branch, and int is like that. Okay, so we can create some of the properties, not all, some of the properties you can create. You can create and you can so use them. So here, so what is this? First we have to create a constructor. So this constructor, I'm going to create a default constructor first. So we already know default constructor how to create. So access modifier, class name, and parenthesis, curly bracket. So build the logic. So access modifier, you can give anything, private. So class name is a student. So parenthesis, you can build the logic. So what are the logic you want? So default constructor. So without arguments. So default constructor with private access modifier. It is a few statements. Okay, I'm trying not to do anything. Then later I'll create a student details. Student details. So student details, you print it. What are the different? So details you want to print. Sys out student name plus name. Student IDs. So I can call this dot ID. Otherwise, you can directly call also. See, non-static variable, you can call in the non-static method inside directly. Right? You don't need of anything. Sys out student branches. This dot branch. Student is this dot is okay. So then, so you create object for this constructor. So you're calling this constructor in the, so here without any details. So create object for student class. So student S1 equal to new student. See that? I'm calling here the constructor without any arguments because this doesn't have arguments. So here also you should not pass any arguments. So when you call S1 dot this, so student details, see now all default values will print because the default constructor will construct the default values for these in variables. So you can see that because we call them under here in this method. See, all default values, null 0, null 0. Yes, string and integers default values are those are things. So method you are calling, but the constructor in the object line itself, it is included. You are not explicitly calling, but method you are explicitly calling. So this is the default constructor. Okay. So let's create another constructor. Protected student. So I want to give int ID, string name. So these two I want to give. Another constructor I created. So just one more constructor I created. So now I'll develop this dot ID equal to ID. So this dot name equal to name. So these are the some of the. So one more constructor. So you can create a 3 parameterized or 4 parameterized constructor. So for example, public student. So I want int ID, string name, next string branch. So string is like this. You can create. Okay, you can create like this, and so we can see already I have written ID and name code here. I don't want to write again here. So how can you reuse this constructor here? How can you call one constructor in another constructor in the same class? This is a very, very important point. So how can you call one constructor in another constructor of same class? So what is the answer? Using this keyword. So you have to use this keyword and parameters you pass. So P1 value or P2 value or whatever it is. So that's the logic. This syntaxes you need to remember. Okay.